Yo, brother, you know what'd be dope?
Tell me.
Print the Big Nut logo, right? But have no backside, so you can install LEDs into it. Like print it out of like clear filament,
Oh.
Yeah.
and then it have lights in it.
Code Hawk at checkout for 10% off.
Shit, 5%. Fuck y'all.
Hey, use code
It's like,
Agile
use
for
code-
10%.
You use code AA Mikey for 20%.
Use my code, I'll just give it to you for free. Just take it. Please, buy it. Alright, so.
Use code dog.
You should go dog.
I didn't put this in there, but I thought about it.
Oh, Mikey. I'm so sorry, Jacob,
Oh,
for
wow.
interrupting you, but
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is. Oh.
because
What?
my dad has one, he absolutely refuses to give it to me. So he got me one for my birthday.
I'm surprised it's not already installed.
I haven't really been out of my room.
Wow. I was gonna say,
Sorry, what
I
were you
didn't,
saying, Jake?
I didn't put this in talk points, but because I wasn't sure who all has been keeping up with it. But has anyone been watching cryptocurrency lately?
I literally just watched a
No.
video about that before we started this.
No, I haven't.
If anyone's unaware,
All of it.
I did put like 100 or so bucks into Dogecoin.
I thought
think I
Dogecoin
knew
died.
I think
Not yet.
Too.
Not yet. When I bought it, it was like 30 cents, and it went up to 70. I was like, well, it could keep
You put
going.
100 in it?
It could keep going. I was like, oh, if it keeps going, I'll probably almost double my shit. And then it's been going down. Let's see what's at right at this moment. Last time I checked, it was at like 32 cents.
32 cents? So it basically crashed.
Yeah, wait, but he bought it at 30 cents, right?
Yeah, I bought it around like 30
Yeah. I mean,
something cents.
that's-
It's at 34 right now.
That's profit, baby. 2 cents.
everyone saw it go up to 75 and they all cashed out.
Probably what it was. Oh, well. Because I know
How
Mikey and I
many
were
of these-
talking about it a
how
little
many
bit,
of these
but
have we done? And I'm eating something.
I think pretty much every
Eddie.
single one. You got any more Twinkies there, Brandon?
Yeah, that's what I was just
I do
thinking
got
of.
some chocolate Twinkies.
I was drinking something splashing my nose.
I need to go get the chocolate Chipotle hot sauce.
I dare you to drink some of that.
No, almost threw up last time.
The reason I
I
put
keep
high school
forgetting to
stories in
bring
there is I was rewatching some of the Cruise podcasts, and that's something that Deluxe brought up was high school stories, and I'm like, I'm interested to see some different perspectives from what you guys liked about high school, especially from Mikey because I didn't go to high school with Mikey, so it's like,
I hated high school. I hated school.
Mikey, what kind of high schooler were you? Were you like the one to like,
He was the
Were you-
bully.
yeah, were you the bully? Were you like part of the cool kids?
I was part of the everybody.
So us.
I felt like I was kind of like a barely above middle, like popular,
were, like,
losers,
16.
middle, and it's like here's the middle, like, and we're like just barely above that. I felt,
Yeah, that was our whole friend group because, we would talk with everyone, no matter who it was. Like,
yeah.
losers, would chill with them.
That's how we
Fucking-
consider them losers.
Well,
Yeah, could you call
technically, that's
could you
what
call it
they
a
are.
loser?
Mason,
I can give you one.
And then like the cool kids or whatever, like it didn't matter who they were. Like we didn't hang out with them or anything, but like
Yeah, we
still
just had
talked to
sex.
them. Casual.
Casual.
Hey, you want to link up later?
Link up. Whoever
Like,
says
you know
that.
what? You're above the middle class. Let's go for it.
Dude, I'm having a huge brain fart right now. Who the fuck? I can't. I was trying to like think of I was gonna make a joke because I was like, hey, you want to link up later? And then I was gonna say like a guy's name, and they'd be like, oh yeah, sure. But I could not think of a popular guy's name from our school.
Michael, Mike, Zach, Cody.
No, but like an actual person
Jacob.
from our high school.
Chris Corey.
I don't know.
Brendan.
What's his
Oh,
last
no,
name,
okay.
Corey? I don't know. I think he was technically a part of that class. Popular
Oh,
kid.
Joey
Who was the
Schluter.
guy- Yeah, that too. Who was the guy with the paintbrush hair? We made fun of him because his hair looked like a paintbrush.
Oh,
No.
fucking
Uh,
was it Johnny?
yeah, Johnny, paintbrush boy.
Oh man. Yeah,
Oh,
you did, didn't you?
we playing like a fucking what was the goddamn dodgeball game? It was like a free for all.
Toga.
Toga.
Toga, we played Toga, right? And he was fucking going off, getting all the losers out first because they can't defend themselves. They're like, oh, there goes paintbrush. He's gonna
Like
watch
a
this.
360 and he just dogs everyone.
He's gonna watch it and be like,
Talk about skill-based matchmaking, am I right?
yes, give us matchmaking. They fucking nerfed us, IRL, dog. Coach K's like, Cupcakes, you two on team.
Cupcakes. Dude, how did that start? Who
Because
had
he was
the
like walking,
cupcakes?
it was Coach K. So he was walking down the hallway. I think he either had them or someone he walked by had them. He's like, got some cupcakes. He said cupcakes, obviously, but it sounded like he said cupcakes.
Dude,
They're
that
like-
like forever.
Do you know a funny story?
Of course.
Yes.
When I was in high school, we had this guy. His name was Tyler Hopper.
Oh god.
He was a pretty big dude. Dude was jacked. I mean, like jacked. And another buddy
Like
of
the
mine.
baby.
No, like ripped. He was a big guy. And Tyler kept stealing John's donuts out of his locker. Well, one night, John went and got a new bag of donuts and masturbated into the donuts several times. Well, Tyler took the bag of donuts, them, and then right
Several
around
times?
lunch- yeah.
Motherfucker's out of
Right
breath. He's like,
around,
oh.
I don't
Right
know if I
around
should
the
keep eating or
lunchtime.
not.
right around lunchtime,
Okay.
he found out, but instead of beating the shit out of John, he went outside and punched a brick wall and then went home. I'm sorry, but if I just ate donuts that you ejaculated all over, I'm going to severely.
I'm punching anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you keep stealing them, you deserve it.
Who
Well-
thinks of that?
Well, you
Who's
said
like-
Coach K, and well, he started munching on the donuts that morning in Coach K's class, and Coach K tried to dip his hand into it and get some, and another buddy of mine was like,
He's like, "No,
Coach."
"Yeah." he was like looking around. He was like, "What?" And he was just like, "Dude, don't." And he was like, "Okay." And then he found out about it later,
Pancakes.
and he was like, "Yeah, that's a good thing I didn't eat those."
Whoa.
He would not be a teacher anymore. I tell you
No.
what.
This just in high school teacher murders entire classroom for eating cum donuts.
Overcome donuts.
But you know, if anything like that happened now these days, it'd be like, oh, that'd be like sexual assault or something. You know what I mean? It would be something crazy.
I'm just still like, who sits there is like, let me ejaculate in these donuts.
He kept
Now-
stealing them out of
And
his
you're gonna eat
locker. And
Did
didn't
he, like-
ask for them at all or nothing?
Did he like custard fill them or did he just like glaze them?
They were white powder donuts, and it came all over the top of them.
Glazed. Glazed Long John.
I'm hungry.
I think we're gonna get a donut real quick, guys. You guys talking about
You
yourself?
know, that reminds me. This wasn't in high school. He's gone. Okay, anyway. I'll wait till he comes back.
He still has his headset on.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see his reaction.
This dog's actually gonna come back with a donut.
It's
He's gonna have a nut on it.
That's what's taking so long. He's nutting all over his donut.
You know he's probably in the kitchen right now laughing. everyone else in the house is like, why is
Look
this
at that.
motherfucker cracking up, laughing, grabbing
He's like,
donuts?
nut donuts. Donuts.
I'm back.
I got a donut.
Oh, you're nasty, dog. You're
You see that little bit right there? What happened in high school,
Another
Brando?
feedback. No, this wasn't in high school. This was in middle school, baby.
Ooh.
8th grade. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I won't name this person.
Oh.
But when you hear the story, you might know who it is.
Okay.
So we're chilling in science class, 8th grade.
Oh.
Me and the dogs.
Oh.
You already know. Okay. I was in this class when this happened, but I didn't know till after. But we
Oh.
have Miss River as our science teacher. I don't know. If,
I-
I know Jacob doesn't know who that is. Maybe I don't know. Well, she's teaching the class, this and that, blah blah blah, and she kind of like looks over at one of the kids with a weird look, and I was like, that's weird. And we're chilling in class. Class is finally over, and like some dogs come to me and be like, bro, this kid was whacking it. His wiener was out, and he was whacking it in class to the teacher. And I was like, huh? That's nasty. I don't know what happened. Like,
Did he
I don't
finish?
know I hope so. 'Cause if you went through all the trouble, you may as well.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go through all that. I'm gonna finish. They're like looking underneath the desk, like,
Oh, the janitor's like, man, I fucking hate this job, dude.
it's fucking stupid,
I
man.
want to puke over this.
don't-
You guys might know who this was, but I'm also not gonna say any names. But do you know the reason? It was back in middle school as well. Why the whole school went to the trouble of making everyone go to the office to get keys to the bathroom?
No.
There were so many reasons.
No, there was one main reason. All right, it was a kid. In
What'd
my
you do?
class. All right, there was a kid in my class. Our buddy Jacob Walker. He was in the bathroom when this happened.
Oh.
He said that he could remember someone going into the stall next to him and taking care of business or whatever,
Mhm.
and he could see
What
their
kind of
feet
business?
taking a shit.
Oh.
He
You know.
could see the person in his stall get up, turn around, and then go out the stall and to the right. And Jacob always went. He said that he always went to the stall at the end, against the wall. And
Okay.
the person walked in front of his stall, not facing his stall, but facing the wall. And when he opened the door, he was there, wiping shit on the wall. Yeah.
Bruh.
That's like a horror movie. And it's like you open it, you're just like stuck there. You're just like, I just like close the door and I'll be like, he has to leave at some point. He only has so much shit he can wipe. He's gonna knock on his. So I'll be like, hey, you got a little extra in there? I ran out.
You got
I need
some more
some.
paint?
Yeah, get some more paint.
Could you imagine though, just taking care of business, opening the door, and someone standing right there, wiping shit on the wall?
Like, what is that smearing? I didn't hear him flush. Oh no.
Oh no.
Brandon, you have some nice high school stories, right? About, your good buddy Nate.
No.
You don't know about your best friend, Nate?
Oh.
Oh
That-
my
okay,
god.
that guy.
Oh,
Oh,
I was
what do you mean?
thinking,
He
I
was-
was thinking
he
of
was-
a different Nate.
Yeah, I was too. What are you talking about though? He was our best friend.
Nah, he like you more.
And you
I
guys,
don't know about that.
I'm gonna need you guys to understand he was all of our friends.
He was really close to Brandon.
Everyone's friends.
He was everyone's friend.
You really like
We all
Brandon.
hated him.
You will be my friend.
You remember we were talking about like the class levels of he was down here, okay, but he wanted to be up here.
He thought he was here. He was here.
He was down here. Yeah, he thought he was here. I love how we have to put the middle where we are. This is us. This is us.
We're
He
the
was down here.
yeah, we're the like
He was down here. And he thought he was up here.
what was it called? It's like whenever you're like, this is like the fucking. It's like the standard, I guess. I don't know.
Mediocre.
The average.
It's like the
Average Joe.
it's like the something of reference, point of reference, I guess. I don't know. That's us. Like, that's what we're referring to whenever we're referring to something in the middle. That's where we stand. So like, I don't know. It's a dumb. Anyways,
Go ahead.
I'm not gay, Nick. Okay.
I don't know. You eating that donut dog after that story?
He's like, donuts sound really good right now.
Jerking off sounds really good too. Put
Did
them
you get a
together.
donut?
I
What's
just
it called when a bunch of guys come on?
Soggy
Like,
biscuit?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
That's the one. Alright, what were you saying about Nate?
I was wanting Brandon to tell his story.
My story?
Uh-huh.
You know what's funny is we both have a story. It's in the same stupid class, dog. Well, first of all, I want to mention me and Jacob had, well, he had PE and I had weightlifting the same hour. So we would all go in the locker room at the same time. Nate had PE with Jacob. So I don't know how all that went. But when we were in the locker room, I swear to God, this dog did not know what putting pants on means. He would just never have pants on in the locker room. He just
Yeah,
walked
whenever we go
around
in there
and
to
talks
change.
everybody.
90% of the time,
Well-
he like didn't have pants on.
Yeah, and one day he decides he wants to jump on my back with no pants on. I don't like that. So he jumped on my back, and I was facing away from like the lockers, and so I slammed him against the lockers. He just jumped down. And he was like, oh, "I'm sorry." Like, oh, don't jump on me then. Like that's
Like,
no.
why did you do that?
Yeah, like I thought we were homies. I'm like, no.
He had a problem with jumping on people. Because I'm pretty sure that's one
He
of
had
the
a problem
reasons why I picked him
personal
up and
space.
put him into the bus. Into the side of my bus. Yes, I was literally, I could hear him. I remember, like, I don't remember who I was walking with. I think it was the twins. And we were almost to the bus. And I can hear him, like, far back behind us, yelling, Gavin! 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 I'm like, dude, just, I'm pretty sure I was already having a bad day. I was just like, dog, just leave me alone. Just, I want to go home. And I'm walking to the bus. And he, like, I don't think he meant to, like, try and jump on me, but, like, he jumped and grabbed my shoulders. And I just turned around, grabbed him, pinned him up against the bus. I'm like, dude, leave
And
me
then kissed him.
the fuck alone. Yeah, and then just,
Stop it!
just leave me alone.
Yo, Jacob, tell him your magnificent story of
of Nate.
the
Okay.
wonders of Nate. Yeah.
So we've all clarified he has a little problem with personal space. He's not good at also getting hints. So
They're very clear too.
they're very, very clear, straightforward. I wouldn't even call them hints. I think they're just signs, like a billboard.
With the
I'm sitting there trying to change. Right, I'm half fucking naked. I'm like, let me get my fucking clothes. So I open up my locker. Nick comes over here, half naked. He's fucking with me. I open my open my locker to grab my fucking clothes. He slams it shut. I'm like, I thought it was a little ha-ha moment. I'm like, all right, that was kind of cool, I guess. I go to open it up again. Does it again. I'm like, please stop. I go to open it again. And he does it again. He's like, no, you're not letting in your locker. I'm like, Nate, I want to get in my locker. Fucking stop. I go open it again. Slams it shut. I'm like, Nate, if you don't stop, I'm gonna punch you. I gotta open up my locker, and I don't even let him close it first. He just reaches for it, and I just hit him right in the stomach. He's like, oh! Why'd you do that? I'm like, because I told you to stop. And I just throw my locker open. I grab my pants.
The funniest part about it is your locker was broken, so the
Yeah,
only way
like-
to open it is by pulling it open.
And yeah, it was like I just had to yank it open every time because the pin down just didn't work. So I had to do that every time he closed it. I'm like, dog, my hands are already getting tired because I have to yank inside this fucking crevice. And I was, you didn't do it anymore. Really, yeah, after our encounter, he kind of backed off a little bit. He's like, I don't think they like me.
Yeah, after the one time, he never really followed me back to the bus ever again. You know, he works at the McDonald's in where Brandon and Mikey live.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if he's still working.
When I was with Michaela, I would run out to the McDonald's like late at night because I was, fucking hungry, and everyone goes to bed before me. You know what?
Mikey, do you have any stories of people personally exploiting you?
No, it's too big for that.
Yeah, Mikey's a monster, dude. No one messes with Mikey.
Did you personally exploit anybody?
Nah.
What about your friend that you punched in the face
Wow.
and you like knocked a tooth out or something?
Oh no. So I was kind of doing the same thing to one of my buddies, where like we would like slam each other's lockers closed before you could actually get all the way open. And
Yeah,
we
but
were
he was
kinda-
actually your buddy.
Yeah.
yeah, he was my friend. He was one of my best friends, and we were kind of pushing on each other for a minute, like just playing around. And he turned around, and as soon as he was like going to open up his locker, I pushed him again, and he hit his front tooth right onto his locker, and he stopped. And I said, "Oh, this is it." And I put my hands up. I was like, "Are you good?" And I said it again, and he still didn't do nothing. And then he just turned around and was like, "Fuck!" And there was blood, and he had the half of his tooth in his hand. And I was like, "Fuck, let's do it, man. Let's roll."
He's like, but I'm not, I don't want to fight. You're like, I don't care. I gotta make it even. Right? He's like, I don't want to fight.
Yeah, he went and got it fixed and stuff, so he didn't look like that for very long.
That's good.
That would hurt. Dog.
Yeah, I felt really, really bad about it. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I really just fucked him up on accident.
And then you wanted to beat him up after.
Like,
Well, I thought we was about to. I'm not gonna let nobody just like beat up on me or nothing.
Like, push him in the locker, like, whoops.
could you imagine? Like, Mikey didn't even ask you good. Like, Mikey fucks up his tooth. He's like, oh fuck. And Mikey's like, Mikey just starts wailing on him. He's like, I thought he was gonna fight me.
You would know to back off, Mikey. As long as you pay attention to him, the second you see this, it's time to back off. It's time to back off.
It's time to walk away.
What if he's really far away?
Mikey starts to like pump his like arm up when he's ready to hit someone.
What if he's like really far away? Like he's all the way down the hall.
Doesn't
Right,
matter, you better
He's like
do
30
it.
feet that way. It's like, what's he doing?
I'm
He's
pretty
like-
quick out of the short distance.
He's kind of
You
like,
saw him all the way down the hall, and you can barely see that arm moving. You made eye contact. You're done. You need to go.
it's like, what's he doing? He's doing kind of like the little sidewalk. He's like,
It's like, oh, we're dancing? What? And then
the closer he gets, like the more psychopathic you start to notice he is. Like eyes are super wide. He's like, it's like,
Funny story.
I think he's
about
mad.
that. Brandon actually, we talked about this a while back because he's older now. But he actually got to see. He's seen me get mad a bunch of times, but he's seen me get really mad at one of my friends, and that's when he told me like that's the day I knew that my brother had my back. I was like, what? Like I always had your fucking back. You just
Hmm.
pissed me
Always bullied me.
off.
That was
Oh,
a-
the story
that was
about the
dust.
ball or whatever.
Yeah. One of my buddies, Brandon had this ball, and he just got it. And my buddy bounced it really hard on the ground, lost it in some kind of field. And Brandon started crying, and then mom came outside and was yelling at me. And then I looked at Brandon again. I was like, man, like, what the fuck, you know? I looked at my buddy and I was like, "Look, motherfucker, you're gonna find that ball. You're not gonna go home. You're not gonna go to sleep. You're gonna go the fuck out there and you're gonna find that." But like, I was screaming it though, like I was in his face and shit. And then Brandon's sitting there looking at me like, still tears rolling down his eyes.
Retard.
And we all went back. We went back inside, and like a couple hours later, he comes back in with it was like a ball, like one of the small ones.
Oh, them
He
super
found it.
bounces.
He
Oh.
gave it back.
Man, sitting
I
there.
remember he was like, really? Like, are you serious? He was like, yeah.
Motherfucker, go find it.
Like, can't I just go buy like another one?
No,
Mm-mm.
it wouldn't have been the same.
That one.
Huh.
Yo, Gavin, I thought you had nothing in that cup. I thought he was.
I just drinking like an empty.
Yeah, I thought he was like. I thought like at first he thought there was something in it, but he already was like this far away. He's like, shit. Gotta commit now.
I'm already here.
All right, next up on the talking points is going.
Oh
Going
god.
gay. I think you skipped one.
No.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, I did skip one. Stuff. So what are we talking
Nick,
about?
Remember, Nick, he's not gay.
I'm not gay. Maybe no.
That's a little high school story. Hmm?
Oh yeah. Okay. So apparently, since I never talked to any girls or tried to flirt with them, I'm automatically labeled as a homo by default. He's been here for how many months now? Doesn't have a girlfriend? Pretty gay to me. Kinda gay. You just moved to a brand new school and don't know anybody?
You wanna
Kinda
know what's
sus,
funny?
man.
I'm sitting here scrolling through Facebook, and the guy I was talking about, Tyler Hopper, popped up.
Hmm.
Yo,
And
it'd
the
be
feed.
listening, dog.
He could be.
Yo, what up, Facebook? What's up, Mark Zuckerberg? Yeah, they're listening too.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us, Big Nuts.
Mark's like, alright,
Yeah, he's just sitting there listening.
Cool, yeah. Deal.
sure. Alright, but for the next real topic, I guess we could do ghost stories. Well, I guess. Ghost hunting stories.
This can also
Have
be
you
ghost
not-
story.
have you not ever had any kind of experience?
I mean, I kind of had a ghost experience, but it's like I could have been stretching my imagination as a child. I mean, it could have also just been chopped up to glitching. I'm not sure if I've told you the story or not, but
This
Let's
dog
hear it.
knows he's in the Matrix.
no,
It's about the simulation.
you'll know what I mean when I tell the story. Be like glitching. Oh, what the fuck? It's because the story has something to do with a video game that's happened, and secondhand sources from my brother at the time. Like I could believe him, but whether or not he was stretching truth and just trying to freak me out or get me on his side to believe in ghosts with him,
Oh, I have
That-
heard this one.
that's up for interpretation. My brother and I were playing this old hunting game. It was a shit game. It was a hunting game. We liked it. It was always first person. You know, there's no other point of view, and we're just playing. And all of a sudden, before this, apparently, supposedly, my brother Zach, he was freaking out. He came in the room all spooked, and he said that he saw some sort of figure standing in front of the doorway. And you'd think it'd be like a shadow figure. No, he said this motherfucker was white as fuck. Not like human paste white. I mean like white crayon.
My background, right?
Yeah, like the color white. This was a full on fucking white silhouette apparently. And he was a tall ass bitch. And we were investigating the area, you know, we couldn't find no obvious source, sign, evidence. So he's like, bro, I swear. I'm like, okay, it's spooky if you tell the truth, bro. I don't know if you are or not. But we're sitting there playing a game for hours on our PS2. And all of a sudden, our game just freezes up, right? Out of nowhere. And I'm just like, oh, our game's freezing. Oh, that sucks. And then all of a sudden, the camera's starts making this buzzing noise. And the camera just transitions to backwards. Like, imagine my hand is your character's face. Like, the character's face is right here in the screen. The character you play as, by the way. For you guys, it's
Yeah, I was like,
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this camera because this is the camera I'm recording my face cam. But it's like right up on the lens. Like it fills up our TV, and those buzzing noises still going. I'm just spooked out by it because it just looks creepy. But then Zach, like, he snaps and was like, "Hey, that's what the guy looked like." And that's what he says. That this person just popped up on our screen out of nowhere, looked like the figure he saw. So I'm like, well, that is spooky. So like nothing would work on the controllers and things. So we had to like unplug the system for it to go back to normal. That was pretty much.
What gaming system was this on?
It was a PS2.
Oh.
You tried like pressing menus. Nothing was popping up. A PS2 was cool, man.
Yeah, I know. I've had 3 of them.
Another. I liked it so much. I bought 3 of them at the same time.
No, I had one at my mom's. I had one here at my dad's, and the one here at my dad's, my cousin broke.
Oh, rich kid truck.
And then I got another one.
I just had one PlayStation 2. I had to take it to my mom's and my dad's.
Yeah, no.
Like, no, here's what it was. Did you have the fat PS2 or the slim one?
I had the slims.
I had the slim as well. But my cousin broke it, then I had to get a fat one. I had to get a fat one after my cousin broke it. Another time I got really scared was when I first got. It wasn't not really a ghost story, but it just really fucking spooked me. It was right when I got my laptop for one of the Christmases. I think maybe like 2009. It was a shitty ass laptop, but my brother and I just sitting in the living room watching viral videos because that's what you did back on the internet. We're sitting there and we're fucking stupid, and we're like looking up videos like weird shit or like there's like dumb shit like there's like a video of like this kid like cursing people out or just stupid shit like that for no reason. I don't know why, but we found this one called Swearing Baby, and at first I didn't understand the lingo. I'm like, Swearing Baby, what does that mean? He's like, oh, my brother's like, oh, swearing, like saying cuss words and shit like that. I'm like, oh, that's kind of intriguing. Oh, let's watch that. So we click on it, and spoiler warning, it was a jump scare video. All right. And one of the ones where like the face turns like all demonic and a super loud scream. And we're sitting in the living room, and the only light illuminating is the Christmas tree behind us. Everything else is dark. I can't see that room. Everywhere's dark. And so my laptop was also a little exposition. It was so shitty. It only worked if it was plugged in, like with the AC plug, like the power cord. It only worked like that. So the laptop part was pointless because like it had to be plugged in. You couldn't take it with you anymore. But so we're sitting there, and we're like, it's like a 30-second long video. We're sitting there and staring intently. We're like, just looking at it while it's on the coffee table, and like it just screams, scares the shit out of us. I like flip out, and I like grab onto Zach because I don't know what the fuck to do. He slams the laptop down, and it's still going. And he unplugs it, and it still goes on for like another 5 or so seconds before it finally stops. And then now the whole room is just dark. Can't see anything. And I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. Because we're watching funny videos up till then. And then a scary one pops up. Made me mad.
So, only the ones in here that have actually gone ghost hunting is... Well, Brandon, you've gone with us how many times?
I think he's gone twice.
Twice? How
More
many
than
times?
twice.
Well, some of those times we didn't really
That's true.
do
we didn't really
anything.
do much.
You guys,
Walked around
Gavin,
some farmer's field.
you got,
Yeah.
Gavin, you got any footage or pictures of you going ghost hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you tell the stories, you could refer to those. And then we'll show footage of it.
Should I talk about the kid in my house?
That one's pretty cool.
Sure. Oh, a little side note to my story about the Swearing Baby. I found the video. It was 13 years ago. This was 2007. And what also fucked us up is we read the description first. It says, if you turn up the volume a bit, you can hear him swearing. So we're like, oh, he's going to be like, it's like him whispering. Oh, I got you. So we turned it up all the fucking way. And that's what got us.
Dang.
At my old house, me personally, I've never experienced anything in that house besides these videos. I wasn't there for them or watching the actual footage, but
Footage.
But so we've watched, or my dad did. He watched from the beginning to the end, to make sure that no one was in the house or whatever. The whole reason we had the security cameras up was because stuff was getting like stolen and shit from our house. So we were like, trying to figure out who was stealing shit. And well, my brother went there with it was a family friend at the time. They're not family friends anymore because they were the ones stealing shit. But
Oh, nice.
it was my brother, her, and her boyfriend that were there. And no kids, like, you can watch the video. They come in the van, they park in the backyard. Just those three get out of the van. No kids at all times. Like, no kids enter the front door, enter the back door. But while they're walking around in the house, you can see this kid walking from one side of the hall to the other. And you can see it a couple different times. I'm looking at it right now, but I'm sure Jacob, will you be
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
the video?
Yeah.
So whenever that shows, you can see a full-blown kid walk from right to left, left to right, and at one point he starts running through there, which is impossible because on the right side of that hallway there's a desk there that you pretty much have to turn sideways to get past. And then on top of that, you can see like right through the bottom half of the kid. Like, you can just see right through him. But yeah, that's not the only story. That's the only story with actual like evidence with. But I guess there was one time in my bedroom, which is where the camera's at. It was my old bedroom. My stepmom, I guess, was sleeping in there. My parents were having a fight or whatever, so they were sleeping in separate bedrooms. My stepmom went to my room, was sleeping in my bed, and she felt someone bigger sit down next to her. She thought it was my dad going in there to apologize, as if. And she turned around, and there was no one there, but there was an indent on my bed right next to her. And from that day on, she never went back to my room. Never. Which I spent like my whole life in there. Never saw a thing. Never had someone sit next to me on my bed. But yeah, that's my old house. That's like that, apparently. Spooky. And
I remember-
listen to a couple different ones. You'll have to watch through them. Because
Alright.
one's just a video of my brother walking past, just to show
nice.
that like it's not the camera like messing up, that my brother, you can't see through him at all. But yeah.
I remember it was whenever you all went to the bridge or whatever, and I think it was Welker got the one picture.
Oh, the face.
Yeah, the face. That was a pretty spooky picture. I'm not sure if that's pirated or the fitted with. I'm not sure if it's fake. Is what I'm saying. I don't know if it was indoctored or not. Cause I don't know. It looks like a little too like close up and like.
It was doctored.
It was.
It was doctored. I figured it was.
Yeah, because
It was really
had-
spooky looking though.
We had that going for so long. I didn't know if we were gonna say it or not. That's why I just started drinking my water.
It's okay because I'm gonna put it up on the screen because.
Do you have the picture, or do you want me to send that to you?
Send that to me because it'll be faster if you just send it to me because I don't know
Okay.
where the fuck it's at.
So we went to that bridge, right? And
Mhm.
so the
It's 8 Mile Bridge.
8 Mile
Yeah.
Bridge, yeah, you're supposed to go there and park your vehicle or whatever in the middle of the bridge and put like, powder or whatever. I don't think that one you had to have powder. It was just you let it sit and handprints got on the car everywhere, like little kid handprints or something like that. And if you also turned your vehicle off, it wouldn't turn back on. You would have to push it off the bridge for it to be able to turn back on. That never happened. There was no
No.
handprints. There was blood. Well, what we thought was blood
Yeah, it was
on the
funky.
bridge. It like actually looked like, I think I have a picture of that too, actually. I'll have to find that, but I'm pretty sure it was blood, but nothing actually happened there. We did have Jacob. You were also supposed to be able to sit on the edge of the bridge or whatever.
Yeah, I
like,
remember all
beside
that
it,
being told.
and it would
Yes.
feel like someone would pull on your legs.
Some
Josh was
eggnog.
with us.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Josh was freaking out over that, dude, because Jacob was sitting on the edge, and you know, if there was something to happen, like something tug on Welker's feet or something, and he actually fall, we wanted to be there, you know, to hold him just in case, you know, because we don't know if it's true or not. Josh is freaking out, dude. Josh ends up putting his whole arm around him and like grabbing his nuts and trying to hold him there. I don't know why, but oh man. I mean, Mikey alone right there would have been able to help him.
Yeah, I had him just fine. Like if he would have stepped or anything, I would have been able to snatch him up. But for some reason, like Josh was making it dangerous, and I was like, bro.
Could you explain to me how you doctored the photo?
Oh, okay, so we ended up going under the bridge or whatever at one point, and you know, asking questions, you know, looking around for stuff, and we didn't get anything, right? So we ended up going to back to their house, and we were just watching Nuke Top 5 videos and stuff. And we got onto this other guy named Chills or something like that, and there was a picture of that girl face or whatever, and it was upside down. It was actually on a like play pit, I'm pretty sure, like a playground. And we paused it and we're like, oh, that would be so creepy, blah blah blah. So we took a picture of it, and we said that we had like zoomed in on Jacob's video and saw that peeking from over the bridge. And it was a
good story. I was always skeptical about it. I'm like, it looks creepy, don't get me wrong. That's definitely like a face. It's super creepy. But I'm like, I really don't believe it, because I feel like they'd be way more hype about it if this was real. And you guys were like, oh, look what we found, and like just kind of left it at that. I'm like,
So I wasn't there for that, and I remember seeing that picture, and I didn't realize it was a face upside down.
Oh yeah,
So
no, I don't think anyone did.
And I was like, what
You're
even
like, what is it?
that?
I remember people saying that. They're like, what is it? I'm like, turn it upside down. And
Dude,
then turn it upside down. It's like, oh my god.
When I showed people that, I was at my ex's house whenever we woke up and saw it. And like I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's really creepy, because I didn't even have to turn it upside down after looking at it for a moment. And she's like, what? And I'd go like this, and they just start freaking out. Like they're like, oh my god! And I'm like, you had to have been there. They were freaking out over there. They were like getting, they're like, that kind of makes me tear up a little bit, because they're getting so freaked out about it. I'm like, it's spooky. Like, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I remember when we like sent it out and everything. We were just like,
now we
"Alright,
wait.
we need to make a pack. No one tells anyone that it's fake."
A pack lasted a while.
It did.
I mean, it kind of
actually.
did.
Like,
It
how
kind of
long
did.
ago was that?
At
2
least,
years ago?
yeah, almost 2 years probably.
It was a hot minute ago. It looks like I don't have a picture of the blood. That was.
I don't need the blood. Fuck the blood. I just want a picture of the upside down bitch. Recording for 46 minutes. So I got a whole another hour, guys. We got to compete with the Eric podcast. We can't.
Oh really? I totally forgot about that guy.
Yeah, you were in the Discord when we were looking at this podcast, right?
No.
Or were you not?
I watched like the first part of it, and then I was like, I can't do this.
Did you know? Were you here when we were talking about it in the Discord? Right?
Hey guys, do yours work too?
Yeah, I think we won here.
Yeah.
Brandon pointed out. I didn't even notice that. I don't know how I didn't, but Brandon pointed out first. He's like, they've got mics in front of them, but they're not using it.
Yeah, they're not working.
Like they're using whatever they were recording their
Also,
video with the webcam.
They were wearing headphones,
Yeah, they were wearing headphones.
not using the microphones. So it was like,
Yeah, if you're not using the microphone, then I can't defend you wearing the headphones. But if you are using the microphone, I'm like, oh, mic monitor. They want to hear what they sound like in real time while they're podcasting. That's fine. But I know they're not using the microphone. Or maybe they are, but they just aren't
maybe they
using the audio.
they were using the audio at least, as far as we know.
Yeah, they probably were recording with the microphone and everything. Oh, this sounds nice and crisp. But then in editing or whatever, they just didn't put in the commentary audio. I don't know.
Just-
Funny if nothing was plugged in. He was like, here, just put this in front of you and wear these, and
Just wear this.
It'll be a podcast.
Trust me. Someone look at the
It was
thumbnail
like
and they'll
somebody
at least click it.
Open their laptop and was like, "Let's do this podcast real quick." my dad's got all these microphones that don't work, and we can set them up, and it'll look really great.
I mean, it looks like they got the equipment to do it. That's the main reason why I stopped watching. I was like, it doesn't sound very crisp.
If you have the YouTube channel pulled up right now, if you look at all the thumbnails for the videos, notice how the last one is like really crooked, like the camera angle.
Oh god, I don't want to see that.
It's like,
Like,
they
all
had the camera sitting
straight.
there all week, and then somebody accidentally bumped into it.
And
the
someone
last
bumped it,
one.
and then it's like the whole video is just tilted.
That
It
would
just-
bother me. I don't want to see that.
Because I noticed it for some like, but then I had it on the desktop. I was looking at all the thumbnails like in a row. And it's like straight, and like the second to last one's kind of crooked, and the last one's super crooked. I'm like, okay,
So I know.
should have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey!
I know that Brandon and Mikey have some stories from their house.
Man, tell us your
Yeah.
ghost stories.
One pretty good one that scared the shit out of me.
Which is
Yeah,
hard to do.
yeah, it really scared Brandon.
Pussy.
To be fair, I think it was like, what was it, 7?
Yeah, you were pretty young still.
What a baby.
Okay, mister, I'm scared of video game glitch.
I didn't say I was scared. It was a little spooked. I'm like,
mean,
that's creepy.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah, I'd probably cry.
I cry when my games glitch out right now. There's a stem glitch in Warzone. I'm like,
Me, anytime I try to load up Rust.
all right,
So,
continue with your story.
One night, it was me, Brandon, and my buddy Jacob that one of busted his tooth. And we were hanging out at Mom's house, and we got hungry, so we were like hanging out in the kitchen, and Brandon was sitting on the playing on his Nintendo DS. And we were in the kitchen for a while, just kind of goofing off and talking and trying to eat all my mom's food. And we heard some scratching at first. And I was like, oh, it's the cats, because we had a cat named Sassy, and Sassy would always go in and the cabinets and sit and hang out for whatever reason. And I checked all the cabinets, and there was no cats in there. And then heard it again a little bit later. I knew there wasn't any cats in there. I searched the house for the cats, and there was no cats inside. And this is where it got really weird. So
More like demonic.
yeah, it was really kind of horrible. I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell you. It was scary. But as soon as me and Jacob walked into the living room from the kitchen, we were standing, like Brandon was still sitting on the couch, and we heard something go, "Bruh." I mean, it was crazy loud. Like there was no
There was like no voice in it either. It was just, but like super loud.
yeah, like loud where it was like when I had my stereo on, bumping loud. Like it was loud. And we all kind of freeze, and I'm staring down the hallway. I'm looking at Brandon. Brandon's looking down the hallway. Me and Jacob look at each other, and we're like, "The fuck was that, dude?" And God dang it.
You good, dog?
Yeah. And Brandon looks at me, and tears just start rolling down his face, and he's saying, "Help me, help me." And that really scared me, because I was like, he just really heard that too. And I'm sitting there, and I got him like picked up in my arms, and my buddy Jacob's like, "Dude, let's leave. Let's get out of here. Let's go to my house." And I was like, "Yeah, right. Like, my mom will whoop my ass if I take my little brother anywhere." But it was to the point where we probably should have left. But me being me, I grabbed a gun and I searched the house to make sure nobody was in there, which was scary, because after hearing that, I did not really want to go down there and look for it.
And there was nothing.
Yeah,
You
nothing.
said it came from down the hall, like where Brandon's room was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what's always creeped me out?
I know what you're
What?
talking about.
And I tell everyone this too. Like, because I remember the first day I came over. I remember hearing it, and I'm like, dude, what is that? And he's like, oh, that's just normal. That happens every night. Every night around like 11 o'clock or something, somewhere around there. Under his desk, like near this vent or whatever, there's just scratching on the wall. It just sounds like, just on the wall scratching. Every
I
night
just
at like 11.
normalized it because it happened every night, and I was like, whatever. It's probably something like machine. I don't know, like something like with the furnace or the vents. I don't know.
Terminator.
But what's nuts is like you can go anywhere in the house and you will not hear it. But at 11 o'clock at night in his room, you will hear it. And that has always freaked me out, and I don't know why.
What was it? The cats in the basement. Everybody's been in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the cats would sit there and stare at the wall on the other side, where your room was, Gavin.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just sit there,
nice.
and they used to just stare at the wall, which always kind of freaked me out because I'd like get up and be like,
What are you guys looking at?
I remember one time when I was living there, Brandon was passed out on the other side in his room. You were at work when you were working at Porta King or wherever it was, and I was sitting there on my bed just watching TikTok, and I hear like a little bit of movement, and I guess I figured it was the cats or whatever, and all those fishing poles that were next to the workout stuff just fell. And I like lean up, look over, no cats, I see nothing. I see all of them on the ground. I'm like, okay. And I just laid back down and started watching TikToks. I was like, just act like that didn't happen.
I don't
Mind my
even think we
business.
had any cats at the house at that time.
We might have had the
We might have had the
kittens.
kittens. I'm pretty sure we had the kittens because that's why I thought that. But yeah, there was a while that we didn't have any cats. Yeah,
Yo,
I'm pretty sure
that
we had the
reminds
kittens when
me-
you were working at
that
Porta King.
reminds me. It was like after Humper died, and I think you two were gone. It might have been when you two were on the, like vacation or whatever. And I was at the basement by myself,
Yeah,
and
vacation.
I go upstairs and it's pitch black because all the lights get turned off at night when people go to sleep. I go upstairs to get like something to eat or drink, and next to the windows, the 3 windows in the living room, that's where like the couch was or whatever. I see this black figure ducked down behind the couch, and I was like, "Huh?" So I flip the light on, look over there, nothing.
Dang.
That'd be really creepy.
Yeah,
I see something.
I ignored it though
that's
because I was
where-
like, "No, I'm not. You ain't getting a knowledge more than that." I was like, "I'm getting my snack and I'm going back downstairs."
That's weird because that's where all the cats sit too, or
Yeah.
like would sit, like
Ghost
Pumper.
cat.
Yeah, ghost cat. Yeah, Pumper and Momo, they would all sit on that windowsill behind the couch. Yeah, that's weird.
Hmm.
The courthouse.
Aaron grabbing me like a little girl.
Oh my god, Aaron. Aaron is too big to be acting that scared, dog.
That's what I thought too, until he grabbed me, and then I could see the fear in his face was just like, "Please protect me." I was like, "Get the fuck off of me!"
You're not my little brother.
You mean Brandon's big brother? Aaron.
Oh.
Supposedly they look the same.
Who wants to tell that one? Because I've told a couple already.
I'll tell it.
Don't we have
You weren't
footage-
even there.
Don't we have footage from that night?
Yeah.
Somebody has some.
Jacob recorded some. I can't remember if it was my phone or Jacob's phone that caught the talking or whatever, but I interrupted.
I know one of you
it,
guys
so
have
it
like
was
the
kinda-
banging on the door.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Bill can get
Yeah.
that. That'd be great.
that video?
Yeah, any footage from that you think is interesting.
I wouldn't really. Well, once someone tells the story, the banging's not very interesting anymore.
Yeah, but the stuff that we heard before while you guys were up in the attic was pretty.
Yeah.
That was strange.
I don't even know if Jacob still has that. I've been through my phone. I can't find it. Go ahead,
But,
Mikey. You tell it.
So my grandpa has this plot of property that has an old courthouse on it, and I guess some stuff had happened to my aunt in the house when she was a kid, and some other stuff. But we went into the house one night. We didn't tell anybody we were going there, which we should have, but we didn't. And we're in there, and we, sit in a circle asking questions and getting like little things here and there. And then we all kind of just lay down and take a break because it was probably like, what, 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yeah, it was pretty late.
And I'm actually laying on the floor, and I think Brandon had his feet near mine, like we were like laying like this, I guess.
Yeah.
And I see him like kind of look up or lean up or something, and then he was like, "Did you see that?" I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, "No," like looking around, And I guess the what was it, a coat rack?
It was a coat rack sitting next to us. It had tilted over where it could have fell, but then it went straight back up.
Yeah, that's funky.
And it didn't like wobble either. It went back like this, like it caught itself and then wobbled back and forth. No, it went straight back.
Also, remember when we were all sitting in the circle talking? I remember like this so well because I wasn't the only one that saw it. Mikey and I were both staring at something in the other room.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird, man.
I shit you not. There was a shadow on the floor walking back and forth in the other room, just right across the hall from us. And I saw it, and I'm like sitting there watching it to see if it does anything else rather than just go back and forth. Because, I mean, that could easily be debunked of, light outside, it shining on something, and it's just, swaying or whatever. And I, like, look over to see if anyone else is looking. Mikey's staring right at it as well. I'm like, okay, so I'm not the only one that's seeing this. And, well, Mikey and I remember this, too, because the girls were freaking out. Lena, she was like, "Oh, don't go over there, don't go over there." Mikey and I are like, "Shut up."
Do you know me? No.
So we go. We went over there, and I'm like trying to debunk it because there are windows, and there was a vacuum cleaner that was sitting in the middle of the floor. And I was like, okay, that could have easily been it. Like when a car drove by or something, light comes in through the window. I look out, like outside the window, that it should have came through. The light should have came through to get it to even be on the ground over there. That's not even near the road. Like the house is over here, the window's on this side, and the road's over here.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that light, and plus the trees that are in front of the house or whatever, there's no way that light's coming through that. So like I believe that was actually something that we saw.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. Especially sitting there and like watching it, and then you seen it. And then we pointed it out to the rest of the group, and then I don't feel like anybody else.
Yeah, that's like when it stopped.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't quite see it, but I had my own experience there.
Yeah.
So I'm frustrated nobody else saw.
I had my eyes closed. I remember. Because you were like, and I'm like,
Oh.
But then Walker and I, you lifted us up into the attic because there was no ladder or anything. And we're sitting up there asking questions and stuff. And Mikey, the asshole that he is, had a plastic egg that he was throwing up into the attic over and over, trying to freak us out, which eventually I remember recording it, which makes me mad that I can't find the recording. I pan over and I see the plastic egg come up and go back down. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. And a couple minutes after that, we're sitting there. They finally stopped fucking with us because we're, getting serious or whatever, asking questions and stuff. And all of a sudden, just boom, boom, boom. Just 3 bangs on the walls. And that's
on the door.
Was it
Downstairs.
on the door?
No, it was on the wall.
Yeah, I thought it was like right behind
No,
you.
because there was 2 doors to that house.
Oh well,
Oh,
there's
true.
technically
Three.
3. There's
There was
2 on
three,
the
yeah.
back side and 1 on the front.
Yeah, and it was the one. If you're facing the front of the house, it's the one on the right in the back.
Yep. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, the banging happened, and that's when Aaron, being the little sissy that he is, grabbed Mikey, freaking out. And this man is like 6 foot something,
Yeah, I think it's like
Dude.
600.
gorilla hands. Like, I mean, he's big and acting like a little sissy, grabbing onto Mikey, protect me.
Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering, like, I can't do anything when you're holding me like that. And I'm just looking around, like, still kind of freaked out about the noise because it was so loud. And I thought that something was really happening, and everybody got quiet. And then we finally heard him talk.
Yeah, I
Who's in
remember that
there?
because Walker and I handled that really well.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys were
know.
panic.
I don't know if it was because it sounded like it came from below that we were like, well, we're not gonna die first. That,
We're
or
fine.
something like that. But like, we both just sat there really quietly. And we're like, what the fuck was that?
Like, that don't sound right.
It was pretty wild. That was scary.
Yeah, at that moment I was like, we just pissed something off, and then hear somebody go, "Oh, who's in there?" I'm like,
What if you opened up the door and there was no one there?
Cousin, wasn't
it was our little cousin that lives across the street from this property.
Showed up with no shoes, no shirt. I think he's like 13.
Yeah, 13 years old.
How creepy would it be?
Sound
Like,
I'm
a
glad you're
grown-ass
brave,
man.
but man, are you
Yeah.
stupid?
how creepy would it have been? Like, you
Could've
like
been anybody.
you heard the noise, right? And you're like, oh shit, someone's at the door. And then they're like, who's there? And you go to open the door to greet it, and there's like no one there. You're like,
That would have freaked me out.
you're
Yeah.
like, because it could have been.
I need to text Welker and see if he still has that video. It's not on your PC anymore because you had to reset it. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because I remember we got that recording back or like onto your PC so we could all listen to it
hmm
because we wanted to hear the banging or whatever. But as we were listening to Welker and I ask questions, I remember hearing something on my right, which was the pipe to the furnace that went through the attic down to the actual furnace itself. I remember hearing something or like I heard something over there. So I'm like, shh, like telling Walker to be quiet real quick. And like I look over there, I'm like listening. And then I just started talking again or like asking questions or said something to Walker. But in the recording, I shit you not, you can hear something straight up like start to talk before me. And then I just interrupt it completely. And it like
Aw.
it's not like it was one of them like below us, because if they were whispering it would have been way quieter. It sounded like it was right next to us, like saying like right next to my phone, like hello or some shit like that, you
I
know,
thought it said home.
or home. Yeah, it was something that started with an H.
I thought it said home, and then I thought
Homo.
that it said get out.
Oh, it definitely said homo. Homo. Get out.
Get out.
Get out, homo.
Speaking of homos, next topic is going gay.
Hmm.
Oh man. Oh, we
Our
tried
one
to get
time-
to the school girl house, the
The
school
school
house.
girl
Yeah.
house.
Sorry, I like words gone. The schoolhouse for girls. Fucking.
Abandoned, by the
girl.
way. Just
There's a bunch of girls in there. Like, yeah.
We tried getting in there, man. Just they're like, you're boys. You're not allowed to be in here. We're naked. Shut up.
Yeah, no. I guess the story is like some girl hung herself in there or something like that.
There's a bunch of girls that got abused and stuff.
Yeah. Couldn't find a way in there.
You guys are trying to get in on the action.
We could have gotten in there, but
Yeah, we did find a way that is still open,
yeah.
but
maybe we should revisit.
We could
Go there.
to anyone that actually watches these, don't go breaking into places. That is not what we
We
are
have a license to.
encouraging.
Yeah.
Don't go breaking into places that you'll get caught, is what we mean to say. If you're able to get away with it, then yeah, go right for it.
But don't do it.
if it's abandoned.
That's why.
Don't
all
go
the-
breaking into grocery stores or
Yeah.
whatever.
Don't go breaking into somebody's house while they're sleeping.
Like,
Are there any
Big Nut
ghosts
said
in
I could.
here?
Like, knock on their windows like,
They
do
just-
you have any ghosts?
any ghost in here?
Can you imagine breaking into someone's house? They're sleeping in their beds, like, hello?
You just
Is anyone here?
you shine like,
Found 2 of them. Ah!
oh my god, they're still sleeping. You just, and you turn the camera on, guys, they're right there. You turn it back on, they're gone. And you turn around like, oh god, they came outside. One of the ghosts has the gun.
Oh man, what the when Josh fell through the floor.
Yeah, cracked his nuts twice.
Oh my god, do you know about that, Jacob?
Sounds familiar.
The very first house that Jacob Walker and I went and ghost hunted in, we went and revisited with everyone
Mhm.
because we have a video of like getting noises here and there, and at some point in the video, I was walking down the hall and I think Walker was making a joke or whatever. He's like, I respect the ghost that lives here, blah blah blah. I won't spit on your floor. And
Oh, I
have you
remember.
chewed or
I remember seeing that
whatever.
video. Yeah.
And after, like right after he said that, you can hear it sound just like glass, like on the window. You could hear ting 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 on the window, but like I don't remember hearing that at all. And even in the video, like when I was recording or whatever, I don't react to it at all. I don't turn. I don't look at the window that it came from in the kitchen. I don't do anything. We didn't say anything. We just heard it in the video, which I don't remember hearing it at all, like in
Mm.
person. Which is weird because it's a window. I feel like I would be like, who the fuck's knocking on the window? You know? But we went back with everyone to that house, and I remember telling everyone, like, hey, here in the kitchen, right here, this floor is soft. Be careful. Josh, not listening to anyone, walks right in there, and he just so happens to step on both sides of the beam. And the floor collapses on both sides, and he right onto the beam. Yeah, and like half of it's on the video because Walker was recording that time, and he like hears the floor crack, and he turns around, and Josh is falling and just hits it.
Oh, I really hope we have footage of that.
I'll have to ask Walker. Oh man, yeah, that was
Hmm.
hilarious. I don't think we really got anything that night. I think the story of that place was that some guy shot himself with a shotgun in the face there, which is weird. That I'm pretty sure Josh is the one that told me that story about that house, so I don't know how believable it is. But what's weird is that in the dining room there are shotgun shells in that room, but
There was close there too.
yeah, there was all kinds of shit there, but a lot of it just trash. But like I remember going into the dining room and we're all sitting there talking or whatever, and then the light just turned on, and we're all like, "What the fuck?" You know, like there's still power in this place. Like the light just turned on. What the hell? And Josh is like, "That was me." We all turned back. His hands on the light switch. It's like, I mean, it's still weird that the light or that there was power there, but we all turn around. His hands just on the light switch. I'm like, dog, turn that off. Like, we're not even supposed to be here. Like,
I could just imagine Josh just standing there. That was me.
Or when Aaron wiped out at the cemetery.
oh, dude, yeah, we went to a cemetery that we found, and when we had to run out of there, Braden, oh my god.
Yeah, dude was walking.
Oh, so we went into the cemetery, and yes, we had to jump a fence. And actually, at that cemetery is where I learned how I would react if I was to actually see a ghost. because the church itself was locked and we weren't going to break into it because it pretty nice place or whatever. We were just there, asking questions or whatever at a cemetery. And I was looking inside the window to see if I could see anything. And I guess Braden was like standing like somewhat behind me, and I could see his reflection in the window, and it straight up looked like someone was just standing in there.
Ew.
And I
Whoa.
saw it, and I'm like, oh! And then and I remember because I was like, oh! And then I like looked behind, and like I was looking at it, and I'm like, hold on, like I remembered the shirt.
That guy looks familiar.
Yeah, I like remembered the shirt, and I looked behind me. It's Braden. His
Like-
reflection was like in it, but like because how I was angled and the light hitting it, I guess it was like to the side. It looked like he was to the side, so I was like, how would that be someone behind me? Yeah, no, it was just Braden. But we were walking around asking questions, and we look out into this cornfield, right? That's right next to us, and there's 2 headlights beaming right for us. May I say it again? A cornfield. 2 headlights beaming right for us.
Yeah.
That was Tomater.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we were like, oh guys, we got to go. So we all are running, right? We jumped the fence. Is that the time that no, it was before all that is when Aaron ate shit. Like there was a car that was driving past and he jumped the fence really fast, caught his foot, and he hit the ground. But we all run back, we jump the fence, we get in the car, and we're like, go, go, go. And Jacob looks back in the back seat and he's like, where's Braden? And which is weird because I was sitting in the middle of the back seat and I look over to my right and no one's there. I'm like, oh my god, where's Braden?
Oh my god.
And, and I remember looking, we all look out the window. This motherfucker is slowly jumping the fence and then walking around the car and then gets in. Like, Braden, you gotta be faster than that. And we just take off. Like, oh my god.
That was pretty scary.
Yeah. I'm just glad that we were in Welker's car and not my truck.
Yeah.
Because that was around the time when my truck had the battery problems and I had to use a jump pack to start it.
Yo, I remember when that was a thing, you would have the battery already sitting in the hood, like ready to go.
Yeah, when we went to that, so there was this house that we, like, my buddy Walker and I knew about because his brother went ghost hunting there before and heard some, like, crazy shit. And, like, our whole experience and time of us going ghost hunting, it was, like, what, a year, 2 of us looking for this house. And we thought we had finally found it. And so we jumped this fence or whatever with this whole group, or we were about to jump the fence, but we were in my truck. And my truck had that starting problem. So I remember getting the battery pack. I would open the hood, put it in there, have one post hooked up already. And I even had the others like, hey, if you have to leave me just to get the others out of here for some reason, this is how you do it. You put this on the post, start it, take that out, run, or like just go. But we like, I remember we were in there, we walked all the way out there. We were out there for like an hour and a half.
We walked a pretty good ways.
Yeah, we were
pretty cold
walking
that night, too.
forever. Yeah, it was wet, it was cold. We get to the house, it wasn't the house, it was just some barn that was broken down. You know, the only reason we thought it was the house was because there used to be an old truck that sat in front of the house. And
It was the same truck though, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
That was a big rig. The other one was just a old time Ford or whatever. But I was so excited for that trip because Walker and I had been searching for that house for years, dude. Yeah, we finally found out that the house has been torn down.
Yeah.
That house no longer exists, which sucks. I'm pretty sure we've drove past where it used to stand 100 times because we've had the right road. Like his brother has given us the road that it was on. We drove past it 100 times. Just the house no longer exists.
I'm sorry, but the house you were looking for doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember his brother told us that like when he was It was back when he was partying or whatever with a bunch of his friends, and they knew about the house or whatever. I guess some kid that was treated poorly by his parents. I guess the kid was like insane or some shit, or heard
Cracked.
voices. And yeah, he was absolutely cracked. 360 no scope these motherfuckers right out of their life.
She was insane, dude.
But no, apparently the kid used to freak out and like all this shit, and used to be locked in his room and all that. And I guess one night he got out or whatever and shot both of his parents with a shotgun and then killed himself. Yeah, and I guess his brother with a bunch of his friends that were drunk, just saying, went there, and they didn't even get inside. They heard this blood-curdling like scream of like a woman
Damn.
scream, and they just got out of there.
Dude, smart for the kid though. Took the dad out first.
That would be the way to go. Yeah.
He's like, Mom's not gonna fight back. Dad'll whoop my ass. Dad'll disarm the fuck out of me. I gotta take him out first. Take down the biggest one in the yard. I've always wondered about that.
You know, now that we've been talking about like all this, we need to plan a time where we do this. 'Cause
Yeah, we do need to.
We still have the ghost town.
That's
forget
true.
what
That's what I want to
honestly-
do.
Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be that great because there's people who still live there,
Yeah.
and some of those people own the abandoned houses. Even though they're abandoned, they
Mhm.
still own them, so
Right.
you can't.
It's still their property.
Yeah.
But I remember doing research on it, and I don't know if it's still there because the research that I looked up or like was reading about was pretty old or whatever. But apparently there used to be a mansion there that no one lives in now. I don't know if they
Mhm,
tore
I
it
think I
down or if
remember
it fell down or anything, but there used to be a mansion there, and that would be, you know how crazy that would be to go. Even
Dude.
like
We would need walkie. Well,
even
we have
if we
walkie talkie.
don't find a ghost or anything, you know how cool it'd be to search an abandoned mansion.
That would
Mhm.
be awesome.
Sick. Don't trespass.
Hey, don't trespass. You
We're-
know how sick it
we're
would be to go to a place that we don't have to break into? That would be amazing. Just like censor it. Speaking about people wigging the fuck out and killing their family members, I've always wondered why they did that. Like, what caused them? They're just sitting in bed like,
I've always wondered exactly how they do it.
how I would do it.
I wonder how one would go
Like,
at.
You're chilling in your room, like, man,
Right?
really
That's what I'm wondering, Brandon. Like, they just
kill
like,
my
they're like,
family.
Apparently that
Today's
kid
a
was
day.
abused and like was locked in his room all the time. So
how'd I get a shotgun?
hey, you get that owned a shotgun.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with scraps. He built his own double barrel.
I watched that TikTok, dude. He was doing the dance or whatever.
He's like,
What
Tony
was the song?
Stark is like, I'm getting ripped tonight.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
I'm
that.
really-
Tony Stark
Tony Stark,
built this in a cave with scraps.
nothing but scraps. Oh man. So when are we gonna go ghost hunting again? Because that would actually be sick.
Someone lives all the way out in Illinois, so we're gonna have to plan around that.
Fucking asshole.
All right, he's a fucking asshole. He moved that far away. The cup is empty.
Yo, Gavin's gonna be
There was
driving
a
in
little bit,
his
there was a little
his
bit.
new truck. He's gonna be like trying to get away. He's like, he's like, shit, I killed it.
We all happen.
I mean, under pressure? Yeah, probably.
He's like, he's like, his foot gets completely out of drive. He's like, he's like slamming the brakes, like, it won't go.
Put it in Arthur Racing.
He goes,
Oh shit.
Quick, put it in Arthur. Raggy, there's ghosts.
There's ghost. What all places do we know about? 'Cause we know
Ghost
about the ghost town.
We cannot go back to the courthouse anymore.
Yeah.
'cause
Your grandpa
somebody
doesn't even own it anymore, does he?
My aunt Kelly does.
Oh,
yeah,
we're definitely
and
not
also
gonna
somebody
go back there.
lives at the house next to it now that we.
Oh.
It's not family.
Great.
We'll just ghost hunt their house.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, it's so dark in here.
We didn't really get anything at the bridge.
The bridge is a bust. I've been there several times. Nothing's ever really happened.
Devil's Anus. It's closed off.
I've been there. The scariest thing that happened to me there was the
The old man.
yeah.
You know what's some crazy shit? I don't remember who I was talking to, but they went there and they also saw an old man
Yeah.
that
it was-
told them to get off his property or some shit like that, and then said that he was gonna call the cops, and then they never saw him again.
yeah. It was like white as a ghost. White hair, white
Because he
beard.
was a ghost.
Maybe.
For anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, Devil's Anus is this tunnel. Tunnel.
Tunnel! He's getting scared just talking about it.
It's this tunnel that like a homeless man was beaten to death inside of by some Boy Scouts or campers or some shit like that. Something like that. And there's a bunch of different like ways that story is told, but they've closed it off to where you can't go inside the tunnel anymore. But when Mikey went, he went there and they went in, blah blah blah, did shit. But as they were leaving, you said, were you driving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said as he was leaving, he looked to his left and like right next to the truck or the car or whatever,
Yeah, like right next to the window.
there was just this old man staring at him. And then as he like was driving, he looked back and it was just gone.
Yeah.
In all reality, like the old man was actually there, but like as soon as Mikey started driving away, he just kind of like jumped, like hit the deck.
bushes.
He's like, "Arr!"
It's like, oh my god, they were close.
He's like, he's like, they probably think I'm a ghost.
I was the hobo.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead.
Don't teach them to come here.
I still don't understand why it's called Devil's Anus. So some homeless man was beat to death there.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think it's just because it's the tunnel and haunted.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Devil worshipeth.
Yo, what if we could find a place where like devil worshippers hopefully used to go
Hey.
and not still go to?
if we go there, we're like,
What's that? Zombie Road.
Oh no, I absolutely refuse to go there.
Yeah. I
What's
don't wanna
that?
go
I
there
won't go
either.
there.
What is it
Why?
about?
It's multiple people have gone there at night, gone missing. Apparently, a cult does shit out there, and
Yeah, I'll pass.
there's a video of like someone getting shot in the face out there.
oh, why does this sound familiar?
Yeah, police actually patrol it at night to make sure that no one goes in at night.
Because people that go in there don't come back.
They don't come back out. Yeah.
What if we go there during the day?
I'm pretty sure it's open and it's like just a trail that you can walk during the day. But at night, no one's allowed to go in there.
8 o'clock rolls around. They're like, all right, let's get at it.
I think that even during the day, like there's still caution because
Yeah.
people still go missing. Because I'm pretty sure there's like no cell phone reception and shit out there.
Yeah, I refuse to go in there.
Yeah.
I remember it was either Aaron or Jacob. They were like, "Oh, we could go to this zombie road." I'm like, no. I mean, I'm totally down with going into a house and maybe a squatter being there, but I'm not going to zombie road. No,
Yeah.
No. There's actual cults out there.
I've been listening to a lot of fucking creepy shit like from on YouTube while I'm at work, and like I always thought about it'd be cool to like do ghost hunting or stuff like that, like out in the woods, like at some like a cabin or like hunting spot. Because like I keep hearing stories about like skinwalkers and shit like that. I'm like, that'd be super fucking creepy to run into, or like wendigos or something or some.
Into one.
Well, I'm not saying
like-
like
Like those
Put it
movies
like-
that you see where a big group of friends go out to this cabin.
yeah, some shit, some like
No.
Evil Dead type, like the original Evil Dead. Like they go out there and there's some sort of like. Obviously, hopefully, we wouldn't actually find a demon that possesses all of us and starts killing each other.
If the demon's smart, it would possess Mikey.
The demon possesses like
all of us. I remember talking about who were we talking with about that? Like you were like, I kind of hope I get possessed. I'm like, I actually hope you're the last one to get
I
possessed.
think it was
Because
Quads.
yeah, if we were talking to Quads about the ghost hunting in the courthouse and like how demons or some shit is possibly there or whatever. And it was like, I hope Mikey's the last one to get possessed because within like 10 minutes of him being possessed, Danville's dead.
The whole time after the Danville massacre.
You think the ghost would like be smart about it? Like you think he'd possess Mikey but not like show that he's possessed? Like you take over Mikey's body and then like you just
If
play
he
it cool.
did, Mikey could just take everyone.
I don't know, like he likes to do some like sneaky Among Us type shit. He just like plays it cool and slowly takes us out one by
Who's the
one.
imposter?
He's like,
Mikey,
Gavin.
he's like,
Oh man.
We're like,
Oh.
somebody's laying on the ground dead. Mikey's like,
or like,
Oh my god, I just saw Gavin vent over here and like
Dude,
kill this man.
he just killed this man
Eyes
and
are,
then
like,
it ran
completely
away.
Black or something.
He's like,
Yeah, your eyes are fully black. Not me. We better get rid of him.
that was legit Gavin playing Among Us, dog. Like everyone would see him kill me, and they'll be like,
blatantly kills somebody.
Gavin's clear. I'm like,
Blood all over me.
I can't tell you how many times I've trusted Gavin in a room. Just
I
for
never
him
trust-
to turn on me
I
at the
never trust
very
Gavin.
beginning of the game.
because it's always my luck that anytime I'm alone with him, he's it. So I'm like, anytime I'm alone with him, I'm just like, I'm not even looking at, I don't even like, I haven't even acknowledged him being there yet. I'm like, I know it's him. I know it's him.
When we were playing that Unfortunate Space.
Yeah, I want to do. I'm
It's
like,
like a first-person Among Us game.
I
Shooter.
just had this like gut feel. I read it. I'm like, this is obviously pretty convenient for you. I didn't say that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this is pretty good timing, isn't it? And all of a sudden, he just, I'm sorry, Jacob. It just kills me.
Yo,
I'm like,
that-
even in
there
this
was
game.
there was this time that Mikey and I were running away from everyone, and Mikey was just following me. I was like, you know what, Mikey? I trust you. And Mikey's like, yeah, I trust you too. And
You're like,
that's a mistake. And I locked the door, and I transform into the monster, and I start hitting him. And I guess like I hit him up and over the railing and out into space and died. And his character like screamed. That was that game that I came back to you, Brandon, and I think Quads, and I was like, "Yo, did you all hear that? Like Mikey and I were running down this hallway, and he jumped over the railing and died."
Mhm.
Who was it? I got
remember-
stuck in a door.
It was
They were playing as monster,
me.
and they were chasing. I just turned around and locked the door because I was trying to get away from. Like, oh, he can't chase me through the door. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
He's just sitting there. Pop,
I'm
pop,
just-
pop, pop.
Yo, I remember when I was it, and Gavin walks over to me. He's got like one of the things. I don't remember what they are, like eggs or something in the container, and you have to take it
Uh-oh.
into the tube, and it shoots him out into space. Well, I'm following him, like, yeah, let's get this.
Oh.
objective done, right? And he's like, I don't remember what he was talking about. He's like,
It was the
man,
game before that. I was the monster, right?
yeah.
And we walked past a portal, and I was like, "Oh man, why couldn't that have been there when I was the monster? I could have got away." And as I'm putting this egg into the machine, he goes, "Yeah, that's crazy." Pushes me in.
Yeah, that's crazy. I push him in. He's like quiet for like the first 5 seconds because it takes a few seconds for you to blast off. The second he blasts off, he's like, and the game has proximity chat, so you just hear him get quiet as he goes out into space.
What was going through my head was like, I got pushed in. I turn around. I'm like, it's like going through my head. I'm like, why wasn't I watching my back? Brandon's the killer.
Yeah.
And then it like it was counting down in front of me, and then like it realized I was like,
He just like went through his life. He's like,
And I remember somebody like in like a different area. I could hear them slightly like, "What was that?" I was like, like ran away.
I think it was Quads because I saw him first and I was being suspicious of him. And then we heard the eject thing, and then we were like, All right, I think I I heard someone scream, and then Quads walks in, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Really convenient to hear someone screaming, and then you walk in.
How long have we
Um,
been recording?
32 minutes.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Yeah.
An hour and 32 minutes.
Damn.
Well, I guess that would wrap it up then. We got
Yeah,
plenty
because
of
we went through
topics.
2 topics.
And we still missed going gay and stuff.
Next episode.
Yeah, next episode.
Well, Mikey, they just glossed over your topic.
Check in next time. Going gay with the big nuts.
Going gay. I'm sure everyone else has their own going gay story.
Going ghost. Going gay.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
No. Dick.
Who wants to outro us?
Brandon can
I
do
got
it.
this big dog.
Oh,
Hell yeah. All right. So we've been recording for a hot minute now. Figured if you're still here, congratulations, you made it to the end. If you got spooked by our spooky stories or weirded out by our high school stories, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button and share it with your big dogs, because we would like that. That'd be awesome. But as the saying goes, stay big and stay nutty, and we'll see you next time.
I'm gay.
You're gay, Gavin?